Are seasons in Call of Duty getting worse? Well, today we were given the roadmap, the blog post, and the trailer for Season 4 of Call of Duty Black Ops 6 and Warzone. And it left me with one glaring question. Over the years, have seasons got better? Or have they got worse? What we're gonna do today is dive in and look at everything that is coming within Season 4, very briefly going over all of those things, but also go back into the history of Call of Duty and dive into every Season 4, every single one that happened, looked at what came in it, and why I believe that the seasons of Call of Duty are getting worse. And let me tell you, it's probably not for the reasons that you're thinking. But I mean, some of the reasons you're thinking are probably still problems like, like microtransactions or like skill-based matchmaking, or there's a lot of them, but it's not those ones. Not yet, at least. You'll see what I mean. But first, this is what's coming in Season 4. So here is the roadmap. And as far as roadmaps go, I think it's pretty stereotypical and actually pretty well spread out between all of the different modes. However, starting out with multiplayer, we have 3 maps coming at launch, the first of which is called Shutdown. This is the power plant that we saw at the beginning of the cinematic trailer where they turn off the power to the prison. The second map is called Fugitive. This is the prison. Both of these maps are inside Iceland. The third map that we have is also the bridge just outside of the prison in Iceland called Blitz. It's quite literally a bridge in the area around it. Then we have the maps that are coming in mid-season. First off, starting out with Eclipse. This is kind of like a dance club that is a part of John Wick, the event that will be coming during this season. Yes, get hyped, but only get a little bit hyped. We'll get there in a minute. As well as Fringe, which is a remastered map from Black Ops 3, a fan favorite map, and one of my favorite maps of all time, at least from Treyarch games. Then we have the new modes, the first of which is called Team Elimination. This is basically kill confirmed with a limited amount of lives, as well as one in the chamber, which we've seen in many Call of Duty games before. The new score streak isn't coming at launch, but rather a couple weeks in during one of the events, and this is the Grim Reaper, which is basically just a semi-automatic rocket launcher that shoots 4 rockets. It goes for 750 score, and honestly, this is really lame. At this point, all we've had for score streaks that they've added in have been weapons, the hand cannon, we have had the war machine, we have had the death machine, and now we have this. I was really hoping for dogs or something like that, but nope, it's just another weapon. I think Zombies fans are going to be a little bit let down, just a little bit let down this season, because you're not getting a new map. Instead, you're getting a new mode, which is Grief. This is a PvPvE mode, where basically it's 2 teams of 4 facing off to see who can be the last one to survive. If you played Black Ops 2, you probably know this mode, and people have been asking for it for a very long time. There is also other content as well. There are new gobble gums. There are new ammo mods, which is Shatter Blast, which is one that we've known before, as well as some things like the Grim Reaper that is coming mid-season. There are also a couple other LTMs coming as well. There's new Dark Ops challenges, which you'll have to figure out. There's a starting room LTM, as well as an abomination challenge where you kind of have to hunt down a mega abomination. Warzone, there's kind of just like a bunch of little things. The biggest thing is on Verdansk, there is a new POI that's never existed before. Remember where the big tower was downtown, or Nakatomi Plaza if you played during Black Ops Cold War? Well, there's a brand new tower called the Overlook. It is absolutely huge. It looks like there's going to be an Easter egg in there at launch. And also the area around this tower has changed as well. The Burger Town is now inside the building, and there are cranes that you can actually go in and move and rotate around the map. There's also going to be horizontal zip lines leading off of this building and downtown, which I know a lot of people weren't wanting, so I'm curious what the sentiment behind those is going to be as a whole. But really, this is the big new thing. There's also some new LTMs like Clash, which is 52v52 team deathmatch on Verdansk, as well as Havoc Royale, which is 44 players on a smaller area on the map that will have some sort of things that change. We've seen this mode before. And then they're inputting Resurgence Casuals, which is like casual on Verdansk, but now on Rebirth Island as well. I'm very curious how that will do, as well as mid-season adding Rebirth or Resurgence ranked 2. The other things that are coming are the hand cannon, a new field upgrade called a door barricade, which you can lock doors and lock people in, which is interesting, a new vehicle, as well as the care package. And the care package is how you're going to get the hand cannon and the door barricade. As far as new weapons goes, the first one that we have is the LC-10. These are weapons we've seen before. It's going to be on page 14 of the battle pass. In other words, it's going to take a long time to get. And even the FFAR is on page 11 of the battle pass, which again is going to take a long time to get it to. I think this is pretty greedy on their front. Now, the other weapons include the Essex Model 7. This is going to be during an in-game event that it is unlocked. Then we have the Olympia, again through an in-game event. And finally the Pickaxe through an in-game event. Now you may be wondering what those events are. Luckily, I have you covered. There is 3 of them that we know as of right now. Number 1 is Rivals. This was kind of like the Stitch versus Adler event that is going to start on June 12th, and it is going to be an XP event. So yeah, just play the game, get XP. Then we have the Ballerina. This is the John Wick event. And yeah, as far as this one goes, it doesn't look like we're actually getting a John Wick bundle. The Essex Model 7 will be a part of it. And then, yeah, these are the skins that are going to be in there. And then finally, we have the King of the Dead, which is actually just a zombies event, which is kind of interesting, but I believe it's just get kills and zombies. And the John Wick one is just get kills in any game mode. It's really nothing special when it comes to the events at all. And then the other thing is new attachments. We have the G grip, we have the Strider 22 3-round burst, we have the full auto SVD and the full auto TR2, which I believe makes it an SMG. So now that we've been through everything that is in Season 4 for Black Ops 6 and Warzone, the question is this better or is this worse than previous seasons? Before we dive into it, let me know what you think down in the comments, but let's go back in time. So let's start with the OG Season 4, the original Season 4. This is from, of course, Modern Warfare 2019. So multiplayer-wise, we had a multiplayer map of Scrapyard, we had a gunfight map of Trench, and we had a ground war map of Promenade. So obviously just an area from within Warzone. The new or kind of new operator was Captain Price. The new weapons were the AMAX and the Fennec. And then you had your kind of extra things. You had your 50-50 Rumble and new contract added into the game. So we will use this as kind of a basis when it comes to what comes out at the beginning of a season. In season, we got a little bit more with Gaz and everyone's favorite Rose being added into the game. Cheshire Park, which was a map that I think is heavily underrated. Game modes of All or Nothing, One in the Chamber, which is oddly also coming during Black Ops 6 Season 4. Which, by the way, side note, I think is one of the problems with the seasonal content model of Call of Duty. Previously, years ago in a Season 4, we also got One in the Chamber. It's like you have to wait every single year to get the favorite things that you actually want. The Rytech, or in other words, the Big Sniper, Cali Sticks, and then you have some Warzone updates, including Juggernaut Royale. But personally, my favorite thing added within this update is intel drops within Warzone. Moving into Black Ops Cold War, this is the groundfall season. This is when the satellites fell from the sky. So in Warzone, we had that. We also had Mini Royale and Payload, and then the Red Doors made a return as well. As far as operators, there were more operators within Black Ops Cold War. So we had Jackal, which was one of the bad guys. We had Weaver making a return, and those were coming in season. We had the C58 as well as the MG82. We have the nail gun, the OTS, and the mace. So again, you can see them kind of stepping it up as far as the weapons goes, as well as the new score streak of the hand cannon, which we already had in Black Ops. But then we also had the multiplayer content, which included Hijacked, Collateral, Amsterdam, and Rush. I think these were some of the best maps added in with the season. They also had new modes, One in the Chamber, once again, seemingly always coming with Season 4, multi-team Satlink, as well as Capture the Flag. Then zombies, we had two Outbreak regions and quests, and as well as Mauer der Toten. Keep those zombies content in mind moving into Black Ops 6. Moving into Vanguard, we had the Mercenaries Fortune season. All of the Vanguard seasons were actually themed seasons, which was kind of interesting. So I want you to take a quick look at this. This is when all of the attention for Call of Duty started to switch towards Warzone. We got Fortune's Keep, we got new POIs on the Caldera, we got Resurgence on Fortune's Keep, we got Golden Plunder, we got Titanium Trials, we got Rebirth of the Dead coming in season, you have the portable redeployments, you have a bunch of new items. Everything was Warzone. Meanwhile, multiplayer, we got USS Texas 1945, horrible map by the way, we have Desolation, and we have Blueprint Gun Game. That was it. As far as new weapons, you got a couple new weapons here or there, a couple new operators, and then Shino Numa, round-based zombies was added back into the game. But as you can see, almost all of the content was Warzone. So if you weren't a Warzone player, This is when we were down bad. This is when things got bad, and this continued kind of over into Modern Warfare 2. So just like Black Ops 6 Season 4, this one was kind of purple themed. Now, as far as this one, again, entire left side of the roadmap is Warzone. So we have the new map, which was Vondel added in, a bunch of DMZ updates when DMZ used to be a thing. I'm sure everyone is missing that now. Gameplay feature updates, including reinforcement flare. That became a big thing, as well as a bunch that was Vondel only, including the new mode that was Lockdown. So most of the season based around Vondel. Modern Warfare 2 side of things, a little bit better than we saw in Vanguard. 2 6v6 maps, 2 battle maps, and 2 gunfight maps. The game modes were kind of weak with Prisoner Rescue and Search and Destroy 12v12, as well as new gunfight blueprints. Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer side of things, this I believe was the most amount of maps we ever got in a season, whereas other seasons we basically got no multiplayer maps. So then we had an event in Modern Warfare 2 called the Assault on Vondel. Nikto was added back in as another character. The Tempest Razorback and the ISO 45 were the weapons that were added in. And that was pretty much that. Oh, and also we are now introduced to Black Cell. So as you can see, most of the focus here going to DMZ and Warzone. But again, this was probably the best season for multiplayer within Modern Warfare 2. This would change a little bit with Modern Warfare 3. So first of all, Season 4, this is when Soap McTavish returned, but then later we found out this was actually a flashback. Super weird way of doing things. As far as the Warzone front, we had buyback solos making a return. There was Warzone rewards and just small little other things like specialist package, things like that. At this point, it was now Warzone that was getting shafted as far as content, but also zombies. The emphasis now switched to multiplayer, where we had 4 different 6v6 maps, a whole bunch of different game modes, including demolition, cache, things like that, and more coming in season. We had a bunch of different kill streaks, not just one. So as you can see, the emphasis went further into multiplayer. Also getting several different events in season, various different challenges every single week that gave us different attachments for weapons. I think it's needless to say that on the multiplayer side of things, this was the best that we ever had it. But again, at this point, zombies and Warzone were a little bit on the back burner compared to multiplayer. So is Season 4 worse? Well, looking at the roadmap, no, actually, we actually have a quite competitive amount of content to any other game. Similar amounts of POIs and new things coming into Warzone. The same, if not more maps than in previous games for multiplayer. I do think the modes in multiplayer are pretty lackluster, especially compared to Modern Warfare 3. The events, relatively lackluster. And then on top of that, zombies, we have a grief mode instead of getting a new map. It's a normal amount of content for a season. So why do I say the seasons have gotten worse? It's not because the content is worse. It's not because the maps are worse. It's not because the weapons are worse. It's because it's the same. Year after year after year, every single season is more or less the same. Going back to Modern Warfare 2019, we had One in the Chamber come in that season. Black Ops Cold War, One in the Chamber in that season. Every single year when we get a fresh reset with Call of Duty, it just means that each individual season, they can bring back the same things that they had already given to us years before with a new coat of paint on them, and just have us accept that this is new content. It's not new content, it's content you gave to us and then take it away and put us in the corner like we're a bad child. That is the problem with the seasonal model in Call of Duty. It's not new content, it is all reused content. Even the big weapons that are new in Season 4, the FFAR, the LC-10, all weapons that have been in the game before, taken away and given back to us. Grief mode in zombies, I mean, it was a long time ago, so that one I'll give them a little bit credit for. The big tower within Warzone, I think this is one of the coolest things that they're adding in with the new season, but it used to be Nakatomi Tower there. So I think you kind of see what I'm getting at. It's not as though the content within the seasons that has gotten worse. It's just more of the same. It's things we've already had. It's not the content that is worse. It is the seasonal model that is worse. We are too used to it. It's more of the same things over and over again. And yeah, I'm looking forward to playing some of this new content. And I think this is the biggest reason why player retention has dropped so much this year. It's just more of the same. Over and over and over again. And one other thing, it has been 5 years that people have been asking for John Wick skins in Call of Duty. They are having a John Wick event. The ballerina event is coming this season, but we're not getting John Wick. we're getting Joan Wick. Really, Call of Duty?
We are reaching for the stars, but we're making